Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, citizens of the world, we have breaking news tonight. Tonight may in fact be the night that the nail gets put into the coffin of Obama's presidency. The White House, linked from the White House, has put up his long form, whatever, certificate of live birth. People have been saying use Adobe Illustrator, Illustrator, and you will see that there are layers upon layers in which you can actually manipulate every little piece of the details of that file, which proves beyond any doubt whatsoever this thing is a fraud. So I noticed there were some comments on a few places I read saying, hey, they left the OCR text recognition part of it on, and that's why there's all these different layers. Nice try, you lose, whatever. So I said, fair point. It's very possible. So what can a person do to verify that? Go to the Adobe website, adobe.com, download for a trial for 30 days, which I only need, 15 minutes, 30-day trial of Adobe Illustrator CS5 is the latest version, and you're going to need Adobe Professional, which is basically like Adobe Reader, so you could read PDFs, but the professional version allows you to write and manipulate PDFs. You will need both if you wish to do this yourself. So, let me begin by showing you the screen you're seeing right now is Adobe Illustrator. You see the little icon down here where my mouse is. That's the AI Adobe Illustrator. I have 3 images put in here. My boss at his other company has some new technology of water transfer printing is what they call it. All this stuff, you dip it in this water for like seconds and it puts this thing on. It's phenomenal. Anyways, so I've been playing with some of the images to put on the website. So what I'm telling you is I have experience, believe it or not, using Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Photoshop, PDF creators such as Adobe Professional, doing things because it's part of my job actually. So I just want to show you something. Let's go to the first image. And over here, here's my layers. It's already sitting here. You hit the little arrow and it brings down all of the layers, which you can clearly see there's only one. And here it is. Unclick the eyeball right there and it goes away. Now if I had multiple layers here, I could unclick certain eyeballs and you would see certain pieces of those layers go away. So for example, let me close this back up. Same thing with this file, right? Let me just show you all of these files. One image, one layer, etc. That's it. Boom. Same thing there. And my third and final image is this. And again, there it is. There's no other layers hidden around here. That's it. Bottom line. One layer, one image, end of story. So if I take this image and I drag it over here to the first one and just dump it anywhere on the screen, take a look at what happens to my layers. Ooh, there's another layer. Take the eyeball out. The background layer goes away. That's the original one. There it is. Let me move this out of the way a little bit so you can see. There's the original behind there. There it goes. See you later. You click the eyeball. Here's the new one. New layer. Click it. Goes away. Alright, so now we have 2 layers. So I'm going to take the third image. I'm also going to drag it right over here. And I'm going to hang on, my kid just came in. Alright, so let me do this again. Grab this, drag it over here. Right, now we've got 3 layers. I'm just going to move it out of the way so we can kind of sort of see them all. Alright, again, here they are. 1, 2, 3. So let's start with this one. Goes away. There it is. Goes away. This one goes away. And this one, the original, goes away. I just wanted to share that with you so that you can see what a layer is, what it means, how you can move and manipulate them. Now notice on this original, these little beautiful things in the background individually, I can't grab them and take them in or out of this image. They're already in the image, so I can't really click a layer button and get rid of them. They would have to be individual files or pictures or whatever that I dragged over into here like I was just showing you, and then it becomes a layer. So I just keep that in mind. So let's get rid of all these. No point in going further with these because there's nothing else that I need to show you. And I'm going to go, well, first let me go to my desktop because I've been playing with this stuff. Now I've got the birth certificate files there. I'm deleting them. I'm going to go to the White House website, which is up, as you can see right here, www.whitehouse.gov/2011/04/president-obama's-form-birth-certificate. I'm going to hit enter to refresh the page. Oh, I hit the slash button. Okay. All right, let's do that again. There it is. Enter. Loads. Boom. There's the page. So let's scroll down on the whitehouse.gov website. And here we have President Barack Obama's long form birth certificate can be seen here, PDF. Right click. Save as. Birth certificate long form. Okay. PDF, as you'll see, I haven't changed anything. Hit save. Birth certificate already exists. Do you want to replace it? Because again, I already downloaded this, but just so that I'm doing this live, yes, I want to replace it because this is the new one I want to keep. Yes. Downloaded. Done. Okay. Here it is. Birth certificate -long-form PDF. Date modified 8:25 p.m. If you can see down here by my clock, it is 8:25 p.m. which shows you this file was modified at 8:25 p.m. Again, I just downloaded and overwrote the file. So what I'm going to do first, right click, because I do have Adobe Reader, the free one that everyone has. We don't need that. We want the professional one. So I'm going to open with, there it is, Adobe Acrobat. Notice it's not called Reader X or Reader. It's called Adobe Acrobat. That's the professional one. So you'll see you've got some more options, some tools, things like that. Okay. No, I don't want to register or anything else. It's a trial. Okay, so here's the file we've all seen all day long, and that's it. So first, we're going to file. Well, I don't have to hit file. Okay, here's the stupid trial thing. No, I'm going to continue my trial. Skip. I'm not registering, you bastards. So let's close this out. Okay, I just wanted to show you that's the file we've all seen all day long. So again, I'm going to right click that same file, open with, but this time I'm choosing Adobe Illustrator CS5. This may take a minute. We'll see. Okay, here it is. It's right here in front of our face. Now, I haven't done anything, right? It just loaded up. Again, here's our layers. Now let's click this button. Click this button, because every time you see that little right arrow, that means there's more. So we hit that, and notice we do have some layers here. Now notice, well, let's go ahead and open all of them, in all fairness. Anything that has a right arrow next to it. So let's start with the top one. That's the whole thing, right? That's the first arrow. So of course the whole entire thing goes away. Next one is a clipping. Now you might see the edges come and go. Okay, so that's something there. All right, so we're just gonna kind of unclick as we go down. In other words, hide the eyeball so it doesn't show it, get rid of the layer. In other words, don't show the layer. So we click on the next eyeball, and I don't know if you can really see this, but when I click on this eyeball, there's an arrow here which I've already expanded. Because I'm clicking off the eyeball of the main arrow, the sub ones, there's two here, automatically get taken off. So that's just the way it works. Anything where there's an arrow pointing down and there's 1, 2, 3, whatever, however many sub arrows or subsections, if you click the main section where the arrow is, the entire subsections close down with it. So I'm going to close back these arrows now that you understand that point I'm making. And again, you can do this and verify it yourself. So we're going to close off this eyeball next. And I don't really see anything. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Don't see anything there. Let's go to the next one. And I just saw down here this start to disappear a little bit. Now actually I think I did miss something. There was a date actually. Where's that thing at? Let's see. I want to zoom in if I can. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, there's that date. Let's keep it right there. There's the April 25th. Again, that's when they made the copy or whatever. There's the main file, right? That's the big arrow for all the other arrows. Next we have this thing. It's just the outside border. Turn it off. Next, don't really see anything that stands out while I'm clicking this. I'm looking. I'm going to turn them off anyways, all the way down. Still don't see anything. Next. Okay, here we have right here in this area, and you can actually see as I move the mouse, it lights things up. See this? This is one thing you can mess with. This giant square is one thing you can mess with, that kind of thing. So let's just turn off some more things. Again, there's that one. Turn that off. Next, we got down here August, what is that, 8th, 1961, whatever, I can't really tell from this small image, whatever. But you can see it go away, come back, go away, come back. Next, down here, again, that date again over here in the corner. Turn that off. Next, here we got the April 25th, 2011. That's gone. Next, we have the famous stamp signature, whatever. I certify that this is a copy, blah, 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 or abstract of the record on file, etc. Just a stamp nonsense. Next, you have all of the writing for his whole entire thing goes away. I mean, there's just very little here left. You can still see the signatures, right? The signatures and all that stuff kind of stay. And it's interesting because the D here for Dunham, or whatever her middle name is, his mother, stays. It's light, and then the rest of the signature is dark. It's very odd. Whatever. We're just going to turn that off, as I said. And then last we have this final one. So if we turn all these back on real quick, and turn this last one off, you can see that this last one is nothing but the background picture. The little nice green stuff, whatever, the little square, the giant thing. That's all that last one is that I'm clicking on and off. And again, there's only two little things under here. And again, I don't have to hit the down arrow. I can leave the arrow where it's at and just hit this, and anything under it automatically closes. And again, there was only one thing anyways, which is what you're seeing. So it goes away, comes back, goes away, comes back. And notice how the 1 at the end goes away too. 1064, and then 1 comes back when you do this last little image. It's very odd, to say the least. But they said, people said, well, maybe the OCR, which is text recognition within Adobe Reader or Adobe Professional PDF Creator, they left OCR on, which basically means you can read the text, and that's why it did that. Well, let's go take a look at that. So we'll go ahead and close out of this. No, we're not saving any changes because we didn't even do anything. Alright, that's gone. Let's go back into the birth certificate, PDF, and we're going to open it with the PDF Writer, Professional, whatever. Here it is. Now I'm going to try, and notice as soon as I click on this image, the entire thing lights up. One click, left click, boom, the whole thing lights up as blue, kind of like when you click on an icon or you click on something on your desktop. No, I don't want the stupid trial to continue, whatever. It lights up because it's letting you know you have an object selected. Now, if I want to highlight this text right here, Certificate of Live Birth, I should be able to hold on the mouse button and scroll. Now, I can't even scroll. It's creating a box now. This is not highlighting. This is creating a box when I hold down the button. I could put it anywhere. Notice again, I click on it, the whole entire thing lights up blue. And because I've done this type of thing many times, manipulating documents at work that need to be scanned, sent, modified, take a competitor's name out, that kind of thing. They send it to me, I'll modify it, get rid of a phone number or a website address of a competitor, that kind of thing, and then send it back to the salesperson, let them send it to their customer as a proposal or whatever. So I know what the hell I'm talking about here. And I use exactly this program, Adobe Professional. So I'm showing you that because this is telling me when I click this, this is one image. It is one single image. It was scanned in, whatever it was. That's the way it is. So I am now going to hit File, and I am going to Save As Image JPEG, which is a pure image, as we all know JPEGs, right? So there it is. It's going to be automatically call it the same name, except it's going to end in .jpeg instead of PDF. Save desktop. And I'm actually going to close the PDF of the birth certificate. So now I am just going to open Adobe Acrobat X Pro. Same thing we were just in, except I haven't opened the actual document. It's just the program. What do you want to do? It's asking me. Bozo, what do you want to do? Well, thanks. I want to open. It's on my desktop. As you can see, desktop. Just save that file there. Birth certificate. Oh, here we go. Stupid trial. Birth certificate long form .pdf. We don't want. So we're going to change this to show me all files. We want to see that JPEG. And there it is, right? Notice the Adobe icon, which tells you it's a PDF, and above it, it says right there, JPEG image, and there it is, .jpeg. So we're going to click on that, open, and we now have a JPEG image. And again, if I click right here, boom, the whole thing lights up. Same thing. This is exactly the same thing we just saw, except I extracted the image and then put it back. So, in all fairness, we're going to do File, Save As, a PDF. We're going to call this Copy. Okay? Copy, save as a PDF, because we want to create a PDF. Close. There it is, copy.pdf. Right click, open with Adobe Illustrator, just like the one I showed you from the White House website. Should be the same, right? Here's the thing again. Here's our layers. Let's click the down arrow. Down arrow again. Oh my God. Where did all of those things go? All of those layers. Huh. Here's this one. Takes the whole entire thing away. This one does nothing. And again, here's the main arrow. It's going to take the whole thing away. So you can clearly see what happens if you take an image that was scanned in, or you already had the image on your computer, doesn't matter, and you put it into a PDF. This is what you get. There are no extra layers. It is a single layered file. Now, having said that, there were some arguments being made that maybe they left the OCR text recognition turned on that document, which would possibly create layers within the Illustrator program. So that's fair. Let's take a look. We'll use the same copy I just made because we imported an image, and then I'm going to turn the OCR text recognition on to scan the document for text, and then we're going to save it as a new PDF and see what happens when we open that in Illustrator. So again, I'm opening with Adobe Acrobat Pro, and I'm going to hit the Tools button. Text, recognize text is right here. Hover the mouse, it tells you recognize text in this file. Click it. Current page, there's only one page, so yes, current page. Hit OK. It's doing its little thing. OCR complete, processing the image. Done. Here we go. Okay, File, Save As, PDF. We will call this New Copy. New Copy. Matter of fact, we'll call it OCR Copy. Okay, on my desktop, there it is, save, done. So let's go ahead, open the OCR Copy, right click, open with Illustrator this time. it now has the text recognition OCR turned on and on that PDF. So let's see what old Illustrator does, because this may debunk the thought that this thing was manipulated. And in fact, if it does do the same thing, even close to the way it did, then we may have to step back, or the truthers may have to step back and say, hey, I think we might have been wrong actually. So let's click the right arrow group there. Oh, there's a ton of them. And then we have a second group where there's only one image. Clipping doesn't do anything. Alright, so here's the image. If you click this off, the whole thing goes away. Alright, so this second group, we're going to minimize that. We only have two groups. This second group, if I hit the eyeball to get rid of it, the whole entire thing goes away. So that's not right, obviously. So screw this one. Let's go to this one. And we have all of these paths down here, all the way down to that group that we just dismissed, which is right here, as you can see. So forget this one. We're going to go all the way eyeball to eyeball to eyeball and see what we can find. Okay, there's the first eyeball. That doesn't look too good. Second eyeball. Oh, and let me scroll down again so we can see that date, April 25th. Okay. Alright, so that's that eyeball. Nope, that doesn't look too good. This one, not seeing really anything at all. Next. Nothing. Next. Nothing. Next. Nothing. Really not seeing anything yet when I turn these off. I'm not seeing any text leaving, being moved like we did before whatsoever. Now I did just see this line move just slightly when I turned that, when I hit that button. But a line moving, what is that? That's, I mean, okay, another line just moved under Honolulu. I believe I saw it. Nothing. Not seeing anything. Now I just hit that and it just, this stuff down here just kind of moved a little bit. Didn't go away. Nothing happened. And it's odd because as soon as I turn it off and it does a little movement, and then I hit the eyeball to turn it back on, I don't see the movement again. And if I turn it back off on that same eyeball, it doesn't do what I first saw it do, which was just like a slight movement. Again, didn't turn it off like it should if it's an actual true layer. Now you'll notice right here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sub layers again. But remember, there's the right arrow, and you see it opens up. Right arrow opens up. We don't have to open this because we have the main eyeball right here that controls the subgroup. So let's see what happens. Nothing. Next one. Nothing. Next one. The whole thing just slightly moved, but nothing got removed. Again, and then I turn it back on, and nothing happens. It doesn't do the little shaky thing again. So, I mean, and again, here's our last group again. That takes the whole thing away. So what does this mean? If I click here, you know, nothing. Remember when I showed you a minute ago that when I was hovering the mouse over here, see this little blue box? It's here. It's over here. It's like I'm selecting the whole image. A minute ago on the original one, which by the way, let me minimize this. We'll just go ahead and open it. There it is. Right click, open with Illustrator. And here it is, birth certificate long form. This is the real deal. Now look what happens when I hover my mouse. I actually have this whole box that I can actually move if I want to. Well, that's the whole thing, excuse me. Let's back that up. Let's see, which one was that anyways. Okay, you see this? You can see the box that it's showing you all the things that you can manipulate right now. Down here we have the April whatever date, April 25th date. Let me scroll down a little bit. There it is. We have the signature box. It's a perfect box. Here's the August date, right? We've got all these things that you can actually grab as one object. Remember, these are layers. This is its own individual little thing. I can put it wherever I want. I can stretch it. I can move things. Now, right now I've got the main thing, so everything's moving. but these boxes indicate that if you need to grab this one particular object, you can actually move the thing. Let me see. Here's a better view. So now I clicked out of it, click back in it, and again you can see all of the individual pieces. These are individual things that were dropped into this photo, just like I showed you a minute ago in the very beginning of this video, where I grabbed photo 1, threw it on top of photo, or I grabbed photo 2, threw it on top of photo 1. I grabbed photo 3, threw it on top of photo 1. You then saw the extra 2 layers get created right before your eyes, and I showed you what happens when I click on and off the things. So again, if I start clicking on and off stuff, you can see they go away, right? Signature box, go away. I mean, you can click this, and well, you can manipulate the whole thing because this stupid whole box is created. But you get the point that I'm making. This eyeball takes individual things out. I'm just repeating myself now at this point. Anyways, what does this show? If I go over here, you don't see any kind of boxes like that whatsoever, no matter which little things I decide to click on or off. And I mean, you can go down the whole line and just turn everything off. Let's just turn everything off. Remember, this is the image that I scanned in with OCR turned on. There's the name of it right there. OCR copy.pdf right in front of our face. And I'm going down here just turning off everything. And do you see any individual items, such as that other one, the real deal, going away? There's the date. There's that signature box, the 8/8/61 date, whatever. August 8/61, all these things, they're still there. Again, go back here to the original White House version, and you can see the individual boxes where you can grab these things and move them and shift them, make them larger, smaller, etc. Point I believe I just made should be earth-shattering, historical value like probably nothing else in human history, considering the United States of America is the superpower of the entire world, kind of like the Roman Empire was back then. And I don't really know there was no story of an imposter taking over the Roman Empire and leading them off the cliff, or anything like that. We now have an imposter, basically, you could say, in the White House. I just proved to you, step by step by step by step, so that there is absolutely no doubt whatsoever that this thing was not manipulated. It absolutely was manipulated. I just proved it to you. I downloaded for free Adobe Acrobat Pro and Adobe Illustrator, the latest version, CS5. You could do it yourself right now as you watch this video or after you watch the video for free. You just have to create an Adobe account, email, password, whatever, and then it gives you a link to download the trial version, which is good for 30 days on both programs. I got full access for 30 days. I just showed you, technically it's almost 30 minutes now that I've been doing this, but within 30 minutes I showed you step by step. And notice, I was thinking about this all day. I said, if I'm going to do this, I need to show people, because there's people out there who have never even heard the word Adobe Illustrator, or even Adobe Professional, or Photoshop for that matter. Photoshop's not even needed in this whatsoever. It's simply Adobe PDF and Illustrator. Now, a lot of times you can have a PDF, and in that PDF there's an image, and you right click it and you try to manipulate it, and it will pop up and ask you, would you like to use Adobe Illustrator to modify this image or whatever? And you can say yes, and then it brings up Illustrator only for the image within the PDF, and then you can modify it, save it, and then it saves it inside of Adobe PDF. They work kind of hand in hand sometimes if you need them to, and you specify, I want to edit this with Illustrator. The fact that the PDF was opened directly with Illustrator and contained the layers like that, as I showed you with each individual box of the things that they manipulated, there is now no doubt whatsoever that what they released today is complete trash. And I only hope and pray that Glenn Beck, because he's leaving Fox News, you know he was getting kicked to the curb because of the stuff he was covering, may cover this type of thing because he's on his way out anyways and has nothing to lose. I don't see this happening anywhere else in the mainstream media whatsoever. It is up to us, the alternative media, internet people who know what the hell's going on, to try and get this kind of information out. This video that I just did, you just watched, I'm pretty sure I didn't leave a single thing out. I even gave you the example before to show you how layers are created in the first place if you actually manually do it. Which you clearly saw they had to have manually done it in order to be that precise and perfect with all these little pieces that were, in there. When OCR was turned on with the text tool, it didn't grab those little certain pieces and then set them aside as layers. It just grabbed a bunch of crap, called it layers, and then it didn't even do anything with it. So that's nonsense, and I just blew through that theory. There is absolutely nothing left, as far as I'm concerned, that will be able to debunk what I have just done. If there is, I will retract what I have done and what I have said and post a video that I was incorrect about this, along with other people who need to say that they were incorrect too. I don't think that's going to happen. Boy, would I love that to happen, because that means if it doesn't happen, we are in serious, serious trouble as a nation. It might even be possible that they threw this turd out there knowing darn well people would dissect this thing with a fine-tooth comb and blast it out on the news only because they want to destroy Obama. He's no longer useful to them, and they want to create a race war now within America, because all of the black people out there, especially the poor ones that live in the ghetto, get the free handouts, etc., would look at this, and if you put this out even on the news, do you really think that they would believe, people who probably don't even have a computer, don't really know what the internet is, don't know what Adobe Illustrator is, do you think they would buy into this and say, oh, I trust all these white people who did their research? No, they would stand by Barack Obama, bottom line, and that's it. I can tell you that from firsthand experience of talking to some of them, by the way. I'm not just saying that to try to create some racial thing, because I know I've got black subscribers, I've got black friends, of course. I'm by no means racial whatsoever, but there's been a lot of talk lately about race wars starting to pick up, and people saying, I think the government's trying to start something here. This could do it, for sure. This could do it. So I'm just going to throw that out there and say they may, this may be part of the agenda, not a mistake that they threw this out here, because they're done with Obama. Now we've created a major catastrophic distraction. Go ahead, let the dollar collapse. Go ahead, let gold and silver climb to record levels, so that the entire mainstream media will be focused on the fraudulent Obama birth certificate and blah, blah, blah. Maybe. Just a thought. Anyways, I will leave you with that, and do it with it what you will. Link it from if you have a website or blog or anything, please link to this video, and you can even write in there Obama birth certificate fraud, or better yet, fake Obama birth certificate, or something like that. Using those keywords, link that directly to this YouTube video. What that will do, if there's tons and tons of sites linking to my video on YouTube with those keywords in the actual link that say Obama birth certificate fake or whatever, it tells all the search engines, especially Google, if anybody searches Google for that keyword, Obama birth certificate or fake or whatever, it will make my video go to the very top of the results, so that people will see it right away and they don't have to click the next button to get the next set of results, that kind of thing. So again, if you have a website, even a YouTube video, in your description, whatever, put a link to this video, the YouTube part of this, not my website, Realist News, but the actual video here, and link to it so that it comes up in the search engine results. Anyways, guys, take care. This is so breaking. I couldn't stop thinking about it all day. I mean, I was going crazy all day long trying to debunk this. And okay, I hope it's fake. Maybe it's fake. Okay, we heard about the thing about, it says the hospital was such and such, and that's not true, because that hospital merged in 1978. I did some research. That was in fact the name of the right hospital. It is correct. So I thought, okay, good. That's a good sign. The birth certificate's that much closer to being real. But then we have the problem of no seal on the right side of that birth certificate. There's no seal there. So that's a problem too. Anyways, I gotta go. This is disturbing, but it needs to be said. The truth doesn't care. The truth must come out. And again, the truth always goes in 3 phases. First, it is ridiculed. Second, it is violently opposed. Third, it is finally accepted as common knowledge. I have a feeling it's fixing to be violently opposed with this video. But at least the next step will be accepted. Anyways, take care. Have a nice day or night.